time for me this morning again. And let's say thanks to Admirals that we can make this show every morning. And my name, yes, Markus Gabel, I guess you know. And thanks to Katie, she opens the webinar this morning, the show. And we stream it on YouTube right now at the same time. So if you watch it on YouTube, or maybe if you watch it later, then you will find a button in the right corner. You can subscribe this channel so you will never miss an episode. Okay, so on YouTube, Barry, Olaf, good morning. Michael, Vladimir, good morning. So let's share the screen so we can start either way. So let me fix anything. Marie-Louise, wonderful, good morning. A beautiful day in Cambridge. Oh, great. Here it's rainy. Normally in Cambridge it's raining, right? That's the English weather. So nice to hear. Nice to have you here. So David, Ian, good morning. Arne, Kurt, Tina, good morning. Gertz, wonderful, good morning. So let me see here, this one. Okay, so as always, Mihai, good morning. Feel free to ask whatever is in your mind. I will give you the answer as soon as possible. Welcome, Joachim, wonderful, good morning. So I saw your message on Traders Yard, so I need time to give you an answer. Then we will figure out the point for today. Okay, so let's see what we're expecting today, the upcoming events for today. UK monthly inflation figures is just out. So CPI will come up at 11 this morning of EU. Then we expect the weekly petroleum status report today. And the most important thing was this morning, let's have a look at New Zealand dollar, because this is really cool. And New Zealand dollar, US dollar. So, and let's see, it's in 4-hourly chart. So you see, we had big impact in New Zealand dollar this day because in the last month, the federal or the Bank of New Zealand said they will rise the tax rate of or the rate of New Zealand dollar from 0.25 or up to 0.5, and today they said, no, we don't. So they left the rate decision at 0.25 about coronavirus. So they have a little bit rising cases in New Zealand. So they left it and they said, okay, the economy is quite broadening, strong. And so we are fine with it. We don't have to do anything. But they said, not yet they will rise, but maybe as soon as possible. So therefore, as a consequence, in the first shot, the New Zealand dollar was under pressure. And finally, you can see after the announcement that they will rise the rates very soon, maybe as possible, the price is going up, or the strength come back into a New Zealand dollar. So now you can see why it makes no sense to trade such kind of news. It's always a little bit, really a little bit difficult. Okay, so just that. So let's start with a view at our DAX trading. So, and here you can see we tried yesterday. Where is my drawing program? Here we go. Okay, so you can see yesterday we had this lovely trend and we tried to continue with the trend, and here was the first signal. So that was the first shot. It was a small loss. Then we tried it again. Then it was a zero game. And then we did it again because we're speculating on a trend break, again on trend continuation. There was the balance candle. Here we did it again. It was a small loss. So at the end, small loss, zero game, nothing happened. So, but we were on the right side. Look, the point was from the correction back to the 0.2. Yeah. So, and basically we did it, but unfortunately the price didn't went up enough that we can create a new trend. So this morning, it's a bit different. So now you see we have a new trend with move, correction, move, and now we are in a correction. Now we are waiting again for a trend continuation. We need a signal by a balance candle. We need, let's see, that's the 0.3. We need a price below 38. We did, or we have right now. That's cool. So which means we can wait for next balance candle. So that's my trend right now with move. It's another uptrend. The correction. And now we are in the move, and now we are in a correction. So just waiting for the next balance candle, and then we will do, we will go up to the last point 2. Okay, so the hourly chart trades. So here in oil we have a downtrend, and you see that was the balance candle. So that was the downtrend. Here we go with move, correction, move, correction, move, and the correction. So there were the first signals. I missed that. So there was the second chance with this balance candle. I did it. We went a little bit down, but I can see, you see, there were new balance candles. They are working not for me, which means this is a contrary signal, which means I have to trail my stop loss. I have to cut it immediately because I can read the candles, and I can read it because I have more volume on the buyer side right now. The why is not interesting. I can see it. So therefore, I cut it, and just a zero game, just a small loss. And now I'm waiting for the next balance candle because, you know, probability to reach the last 0.2 is over 70%. And that should be enough to make money. So just keep in your watch list oil for today. A little bit be careful because we expect the numbers this afternoon. So the closer we come to the announcement of the numbers, the less we should make a trade. Okay. So just keep in your watch list, and you can follow me in our live trading room, normally on Twitch. But today, you know, I announced it. We make it today on Traders Yard for a first test for a better quality. And we trade there only this Admirals account, by the way, nothing else. So let's go to Euro USD in hourly chart. And here we are waiting, for, no, just a moment. No. So here we go. So here was a big move. Now we are waiting for a correction, and we need a correction here. No, not this. So here we go. So we need the correction. Here is it. You know, 38%. And this could be really interesting because at the point at 38%, that's really interesting. There is exactly the point of low. And if there are waiting enough buyers, then we can speculating on the trend continuation, or at least go back to the last 0.2. We have a high probability to do that. Yeah. So just keep in your watch list Euro US dollar today. Then we have the Dow Jones. And in Dow Jones, we have a bit of, how should I say, downtrend. So the first move, first correction, second move. Now we have a valid trend. Now we were in the correction, and now we are waiting for this balance candle. And then we can go down to the 0.2. Especially, we have a point of control much deeper, 34,583. So this is a great opportunity for interesting, at least to the point 2. That's enough. If you reach point 2, we fulfill the hit quote and everything is fine. And gold. In gold, we did it again. You know, we stuck to the rules again, and we are still in profit again. So that's my, is it? Yeah. So that's the trend. And you see, fine, we did it again. And here's but balanced candles, which means let's trail the stop into the profit. So we cannot lose money. And that's the point. So just waiting, I guess the probability is over 70% that we reach the point 2. And that's what we announced yesterday in our live trading room. Maybe it's a good idea to follow us in the live trading room because it's based on this morning briefing show. And, you know, if you want to become more successful, it's a good idea to work together. Okay, so that's gold. So we are in and we are waiting to reach the last point 2. Okay, so I have a special topic for you today. Kitty, if you want, we can open the question of today, because the question of today is, do you used to work with trend lines? Do you work with trend lines? So you have 2 options. Yes, I do, or no, I don't. So take your time to figure it out. Do you used to work with trend lines? Okay, so let's go in the meantime to the 4-hourly charts. And we have 3 trades open for the moment. This is Euro Canadian dollar, you see, and that's the trend. Oh, here's a question. Good morning, sir. I'm in South Africa. Harry here. Wonderful. Good morning. Nice to meet you here again. I'm muted, but I'm happy for your analysis. I really take my seat here. Yes, feel free. Take your seat. Listen to me. And if you want, come to the Twitch, come to the live trading room afterwards. If you want, follow this show every morning, and we will do the best to make you successful and your people around you too, because that's the real target. Yeah. So Gertz, what is point 2 or how to check it? Yeah, this is point 2 is the last high, or if you go short, the last low. You know, we trade the Dow setup, Dow Jones, and this is buying cheap and selling expensive. But if you don't know what is point number 2, I guess it's time to learn. Time to learn and to follow this show. And we have a list, a video list on your YouTube channel of Admirals. So let me show you. You can see it here. And maybe, Katie, if you want, you can share the link. So it's for Gertz, for example. So here you will find the whole list of our morning briefing show with the forecast of the next ones. So, and you see, you find everything here, everything. So at the best, you have a look at this and you will find any answer. Or maybe you can come to the live trading room and then you will find, you figure it out. Okay, so let's go. That's Euro Canadian dollar. You see, we have this lovely trend. We were in the correction. There were the balance candle. And now the target is, of course, the point 2. So there we set an alert. And I modify it to my so then I know we reached point 2 if I can hear this. So, okay, next one is still Canadian dollar, Japanese yen. And here we go. Yes, trade is still running. We are deep in profit. You know, point of control is much deeper. So there is nothing to do. Just let it run. And indeed, in the meantime, we are in the red zone. That's cool, which means we are back on track to the point of control. So, and finally, it's US dollar, Canadian dollar. Also, we have a lovely trade here. And here I must realize, okay, we have 2 balanced candles right now, which means I trail my stop. Yeah, I trail my stop to take the money from the desk, and then we are really happy. So, but you see how it works. Accumulation phase up to the last 0.2, trend continuation. And you see, even we were in the red zone, and even we are circling around the point of control, it's not a part of the rules. That's really, really, really important. Yeah. So trend lines and support resistance are main tools for technical analysis. Yeah, just Vladimir, in your opinion. In your opinion. I just always say this one. So just look at this one. So for example, I show you the order book. So that's the order book. You see on the right side, every product we trade in, we can trade. There is a order book, even in Forex. Yeah. So do you see a trend line there? Or do you see support or resist in the order book? And I'm quite sure you must say, no, I cannot see such things. So therefore, and this is really important, trend lines, support, resist are really helpful tools, but they are only existing in your perception, because this is the point. Everything starts and ends in the order book. And now you are the one and only who say to your computer, show me 5 minutes, show me 10 minutes, show me 1 hour. That's just your decision. So maybe both of us, we're looking at the DAX, for example. So, and you are the guy who say, okay, computer, show me what happens in 10 minutes in the DAX. Then you get a candle of 10 minutes. But I am sitting close to you and I say to my software, oh no, I want to see what happens in 1 hourly chart. And then I get candles in 1 hourly chart. So who is right? So maybe you see your support and resist in your 10 minutes, and I'm sitting close to you and I say, Vladimir, sorry, I don't see your support. I have an hourly chart there. So you see, that's really difficult. It could be dangerous to rely just the trend lines and support and resist. It's not an ultimative character. Think it logically, and then you will figure it out. Helpful tool, yes. But if you trade with those things, then you should make a back test. Then you know that really works. But be careful all the time. It's just your perception. It's not an ultimative character. That's really, really important, guys. Please think about it. Okay. So, yes, that's my 3 trades. So yesterday we had Euro British Pound, you remember, maybe, which means, oh, price is going up again. So we have to do it again, guys. Okay, so you see, we had a trend yesterday. That's the trend. Move. Correction. Move. Correction. So there was the first shot. I trailed my stop after we had balance candles there. So we had a trend continuation, which means there is the next correction, goes deeper than 38. There is a balance candle too. We are at the same price, which means, okay, let's open the trade again, because we are still speculating on a trend continuation. Andreas, yes, of course, you can write me on Instagram. I will give you an answer today. We can start very soon with your education. I saw it. I'm a little bit under time pressure, but I will give you an answer. So wait for my email today. Check your spam account, please. Okay, so you get an email from me today. You don't have to, can text me wherever you want, but we are in private contract right now. So let's just wait. Today you get your answer. So let's make a trade, and let's see, we start here and stop loss here, 20 pips, that's fine. Okay, so we can open a trade here, that's fine. So here we can open the trade, And of course, the possible stop loss is here, 85.10. Modify. So, and then of course, point 2 is the target. I set an alert there. And then point of control a bit higher. Yeah, so then let it run. Yes, we have a correction. Let's see. Correction. Yeah, not with the close, but with the price. And we are deep in the green zone. So it's a little bit unclear. Yeah, but it's fine. In this case, in the red zone, I don't do that. In the green zone, we can do it because we had a price at the 38%. We have 3 balanced candles in a row, which is a clear signal that we have indeed more buyers than sellers, more volume. So let's do it. Yeah. Here we go. Let's explain the red and the green zone. So, you know, that's the market profile. And this is a special indicator. So if you understand trading in a proper way, then you know we don't trade euro, British pound, for example. We don't trade it. We trade the price of what does it cost. Because you always used to ask, okay, how much is British pound to euro? And every time you ask how much, you get one answer, it costs this or this. So what we really trade is not the underlying, it's just the product, just the label. We always trade the price. And if you trade the price, you know, we have cheap, expensive, or normal prices. It's like in life too. If you go to grocery, you know, special offer, out of the season, or normal price. So how does the price develop? We talked about it very often, about the volume. If you have more volume on the seller side, then the price is going down. If you have more volume on the buyer side, price is going up. So therefore, based on the volume, you have in a look back, in a special history, you have a volume price where you'll figure out if the price is right now cheap or expensive, or is this normal. So in 4-hourly chart, we have a history of round about 1 year. So, but the focus is on the current volume, which means we can count and we can, how should I say, figure out where is the so-called cheap zone, where is the expensive zone, and where is a normal price based on the volume in the past. Because, you know, volume and prices are the only 2 ultimate things you will find in the order book, numbers. So therefore, they have a very big expression and a really high value. So in euro, British pound, for example, that's the red line. That's the so-called fair price or point of control. At this point, there were the most volume in the last 1 year, especially focuses on the current price. Highest volume there. And you know, prices always working from volume to volume. It's normal understanding of price behavior. So that's the red line. That's the so-called point of control. And 70% of the whole volume is the red zone, which means that's the fair value zone. 70% of the volume is circling around the point of control, which means red zone means fair value price. And green zone means less than 70%, cheap lower side, expensive upper side. And as we do it every day, prices are working exactly in that way, from the expensive to normal and cheap and back. That is what prices are doing. You know, if you go to grocery, sometimes you have special offers, sometimes you have high prices because you are out of the season. But all the time, in an average of the year, you have a normal price. You don't have always special offers, and you don't have prices always out of the season. And we trade prices in trading, nothing more. That's the point. Okay. So, and this is one of the guarantee which we have as private traders in the market. one of the seldom guarantee effects that the price will go back to the point of control, except the price, the point of control is moving. But then you can see it, like here, especially in Euro British pound, you see there's a high volume at this price, 85.90. And it's almost the same volume like the current point of control, which means if the price is going up to this green point, to this rectangle here, and the price will remain there for a while, then it's possible that the market says, okay, we are fine with that new price. It's not a part of the rules. It's just an orientation, how much space you can give to your trade. This is regarding to your trade management. And this is why to work with the price is, in my opinion, just my private opinion. This is what my teacher taught me over the last 23 years, that we trade with prices. Yeah. So, and I know, yes, we are close to the point too, but we work with the probability, with a hit quote. That's my point. Okay, so you used to work with trend lines. 75% say yes, and 25% no, I don't. So actually, I have no trading ideas for you today. So we are really fine. So let me focus on this education part in the point. So let's see. What do you need for a trend line? Basically, what do you need? You need more than one higher high, maybe for a long trend or a lower low in a short trend. So if you have at least two higher highs, which means one move, one correction, and then another move, then you can connect these two high points. And the same goes for the lower lows. Yeah. So the more high points you can connect, the stronger the trend. Yeah. So you see it here in the picture. But my point is, guys, that you really be careful with that. Yeah. So let's see. Let's take this one. So here maybe you can draw a trend line. So let's do it here. So you can connect, which points you want to connect. So maybe you can connect this two, and here we go. Yeah, that's a trend line. You see? So there you have a hit. So there is your hit. First, second, third one, and another one. Yeah. And as you can see, it's the same like trend trading. So now check it. Yeah, you have a start, first move, first correction. So, but now, what's up with this? There is no trend line. You see, there is it. And then there was no trend continuation. There was just a smaller, and here is the correction. And here again. So you see, if you want to work with trend lines, and by the way, now we switch to a lower time frame, maybe 1 hour. So here you can see it's almost the same, but we have different trends. So therefore, you can work with whatever you want with. It's no problem. But as a private trader, and that's the point, that's the consequence of that, you need to make a back test. Because you see, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't work. And here on the lower side, it didn't work. So whatever you do in trading, whatever you do, you have to make a back test first. And if you have a positive result, then you can do it. That's the consequence. That's the consequence of working with trend lines. For example, they are really cool. So let's go to maybe 5 minutes. And here you see, maybe in 5 minutes, you see it never works. So you need another trend line here. Maybe you can take here this, whatever trend line here, this one, maybe. Yeah, but you see, it's not, you can, sometimes it works and sometimes it doesn't. So where you should stop, where you should place your stop loss, for example. Yeah. And this is what I can share my knowledge with you, what I can do. Whatever you do, you can trade whatever you want. You can trade by sun, moon, and stars, whatever you want. But first of all, you have to make a back test that you have numbers in your hand that you know, based and proved by numbers, that it really works. And if you don't do that, your result is always based on a coincidence. And guys, that makes no sense. Of course not. Not as a private trader. You need a strategy, you know it really works. And what I'm doing is I work with the oldest strategy ever. It's the Dow approach, because Charles Dow figured out business principle, buying cheap and selling expensive, and we trade out of the correction zone. Yeah. Yes, Nico. Nico, just patient, please. Could you please explain what does the expression bullish, bearish, engulfing means? Bullish, bearish, engulfing is just a candlestick pattern. That's just a candlestick patterns. If you work with normal candles, then engulfing means there is one candle in the body of the others. So it's engulfing, one candle's engulfing the others. And if you have long, then it's bullish, and bearish is in the short direction. Huh? Okay. So, and oh, there's an interesting point. Super trend indicator is good for stops. Yes, that's true. But with what kind of settings? You see, as we have always the same problem with what kind of settings? It's not ultimative. Yeah, it's just, again, your perception. It's a cool indicator, yes, but you need a plan behind of that. So just think about it. It's just my private opinion. Okay. So if you work with trend lines, guys, then the point is really figure it out if it really works for you. And this is the only part you can survive in trading, can make money on the long run. Okay. I want to say thank you for your patience. I hope we will see each other today in Traders Yard room, tomorrow in Twitch again, and tomorrow in our show. Watch this show again later, and you will figure out, subscribe channel, give us a like, or maybe you can leave your comment below that video on YouTube. Get in touch with us so we can talk to each other, and I hope we'll see each other tomorrow. And by the way, let me invite you to our afternoon show, because one of my continuous partners has a very, very interesting topic this afternoon. So guys, thank you for listening. I wish you a wonderful day. Have courage and be kind. And as always, may the force of the rules be with you. See you tomorrow.